Alrighty then, let's begin. Praise me, revere him. I am back today with another person. Well, not another person. It's actually the same person from the last video. The very popular, all the people ask questions about him. Not true. I got like only one comment, and it was from a bot. We are here to talk about a really, really tough subject today that I think a lot of people have, a lot of people have probably thought about this. So I'm going to just start off the bat. Raph, which of the two girls, Kale or Caulifla, is bae? We're going to settle this right now. Let's do it. Come on.
Definitely Caulifla. You're
wrong. Alright, I'm just kidding. That's not the real title of the video. Everybody knows Kale is bae, obviously. I mean, any other answer is just denial.
I mean, if it's Kale in her berserk form, I will take it.
That's ultimate bae. Come on, man.
Okay, fine. I'll accept it. Caulifla.
All right. But the real reason we're here is we are going to do a little fun one today. We're not going to talk about the tournament of power. We're not going to talk about DragonBall Super, really. Well, maybe a little bit at all. We are going to talk about at what point did we think that the Dragon Ball series should have ended. And I think this is a very interesting subject, but I want to throw out at the beginning, I don't think either of us are saying that this should have happened to the point where we aren't happy with how things are right now. I can speak for myself, and I'm pretty sure I can speak for him when I say that we're thoroughly enjoying what Super is, and we're happy that Super exists and that it even is a thing. Is that wrong?
Oh no, I'm just loving the fact that I can actually live in a period where Dragon Ball is big again.
Exactly. So I just want people to know that we're not trying to be gods here. We're just, trying to tell, what would it be like if maybe it ended at the time, because there's always been those theories, about Kira Toriyama wanted to end it here or he wanted to end it there. So I'm gonna let my guest go first. We'll do two, I suppose, since he has two and I came up with the second one. One's a little wacky, but we'll stay with us here. This is just gonna be a fun little pointless video to take a break from all the tournament of power talk. Let's just talk Dragon Ball talk for a little bit. So, Raph, when do you think Dragon Ball should have ended and why? Go for it.
Okay, I'm just gonna start off with my fanboy view.
Your first option. We'll talk about mine, then we'll talk about your other first or whatever. Second.
Okay, my first option would be the Cell games, and it's basically just because I'm a huge Gohan fan, and to end it on the Gohan arc, on his character arc, would be amazing for me.
True.
But it's also it also had so many symbolism to it. And you had Goku finally passing the torch on to Gohan, and Gohan, who was a character who had been getting so much build up. His character was leading up to that moment, whether Toriyama actually planned it or not, that's debatable. But it literally it went so well with everything Gohan had been through, and then when it all just accumulated in that moment when he went SS2, and then Goku died and he lost confidence, and it was like, oh my, and then Cell came back and he was injured. Gohan didn't think he could do it, even though he had the power to, and then in the end he just finally is able to gather up enough power to finally finish off Cell, and just basically ending the series with Gohan as the big guy left with Goku dead. I think that's really actually a good ending. I think it's one of the best. I think the only ending that rivals this in writing is the Buu Saga ending, because the Buu Saga ending itself is amazing. The arc, not so much.
Yeah.
Which is why I kind of wanted to stay away from it.
Understandable.
But I think it literally just fit the story so well, and it's also real fanboyism of me. But I love. I think it's one of the. I think many people also share the opinion that they would have liked it to end on the Cell games.
No, yeah, that's a good one actually. I mean, there's so many parallels too with Gohan. You know, like you said, taking the torch and really becoming a man. He became a man in that moment. And even Goku, like, sacrificing himself, accepting, like, you know, I caused all these problems. I think it's best that I just leave this earth and let it be at peace and let somebody who can take care of it do it, you know, to protect it, to protect the earth. I want my son to be there, but I don't want to cause any more trouble. Because, I mean, at that point, in two different parallels, you got Goku, who really was the problem for everything from the beginning. Like, he brought Raditz there essentially because of his birth, right, and who he was. He brought Frieza there because he messed with Frieza. And even not even just that, like, Gohan has been growing up throughout the series to become this warrior in this last moment where he is the hero and not Goku. And I think that would be a very, like, touching way to end the series. That's a very good answer, actually. I like that.
Also, Goku was completely right, because the one day everything went to hell in the Dragon Ball world was the day Goku came back for the 24 hours.
Yeah, like, it was, like, the terrible, I mean...
The earth got exploded, every human died.
Yeah.
Goku coming back for 24 hours is literally one of the worst things. Yeah. Because if Goku hadn't come back, okay, you could argue that Babidi would still be able to get Gohan's energy, but Majin Vegeta would never have happened. Yeah. Buu would never have got released. The whole Buu arc happens. Basically, Goku's at fault again.
Yeah, I mean, that's why it's so nice. Like, he's accepting his like burden. Like, that's something that we don't really see from Goku, especially now, where he doesn't just ignore his burden. He brings his burden upon other people by destroying universes. Like, it's like he doesn't care, you know. And it was cool in that way because, like, everything came together. It was all about Gohan. A lot of people theorize that Dragon Ball Z was all about Gohan, and it's not hard to believe because as a child he was growing up as a child, and he was just getting, like, stronger and stronger. He had this hidden potential, and then it all comes together with Gohan being the victor, defeating Cell, the greatest enemy Earth has ever seen at that point, and then the series just ends. That's perfect. That's a good way to end it. The
enemy who was made to kill Goku, his father as well, and it's Gohan. It's basically the first ever enemy our main protagonist could beat, but his son steps into his father's shoes and does it. It's just, it's really a great ending.
And it avoids the Great Saiyaman stuff, which everybody seems to hate, which I don't. I actually love that, but, you know, that's...
Come on. Great Saiyaman is great. I fucking love that arc. And if we could ever just get a spin-off of Gohan in high school with all the great Saiyaman, or just a super spin-off with Gohan as Great Saiyaman right now, I just would have loved it so fucking much.
Yeah.
I don't get why people hate Saiyaman. I love him.
It's just the goofiness, I think. I mean, but in your version, this doesn't exist, so you must hate Saiyaman too, deep down in your heart. Because Saiyaman is not in your vision.
No. The reason why I don't want the Blue Saga to exist is because Gohan just gets cocked in the end.
It's true. That's a good one though. I like that. That was a very good answer. Very good. You get an A+. If this was a grade, you would be above average. Congrats.
Yes.
So I'm trying not to make this video too long, so I'll go on to my first choice. And it might be a bit obvious to a lot of people, but I think where it should have ended really should have been the end of the Frieza saga. Just because it was a perfect story for Goku. We're going to do the opposite of what he said, basically. This is the perfect story for Goku because he was this legendary Super Saiyan that Vegeta had heard about and had given so much fear to Frieza. And Frieza had been like this terrible tyrant. And he essentially was, at this moment, like the biggest threat to the entire universe that we knew. Like, he was causing trouble all around the universe, destroying all these planets and selling them and, you know, trading them off and then, you know, having these Saiyans do his dirty work. I think having the legendary Super Saiyan come to life, yes, I'm saying Saiyan purposefully, in this situation, would just to like finally come together and defeat Frieza, and this is the ultimate ending to Goku as he dies being the legendary Super Saiyan. In this creation I've made, that this where it ended, Goku does not survive the explosion. Frieza does not survive the explosion. Obviously, they both die. And I think that it's beautiful because the legend dies just as the legend is brought to life.
And you also have the fact that Frieza, it basically comes full circle.
Yeah.
Frieza is the one who wanted to destroy Planet Vegeta. If he hadn't destroyed, if he didn't want to destroy Planet Vegeta,
Goku
then Bardock would never have. Yeah, and it's basically just comes full circle in the end.
I mean, I know my realization doesn't really give credence to that Gohan being the main character, but in this scenario, he isn't. It was all about Goku from the beginning.
No.
It's all about Goku at the end. It all led to this moment, from meeting Bulma, to collecting the Dragon Balls, to saving the Earth, time and time again. It led to this moment where he was the legendary Super Saiyan. Plus, let's be honest, that Super Saiyan was like the best looking Super Saiyan. The hair was amazing. It was so like good. It wasn't too spiky, and you don't really see that kind of Super Saiyan look anymore after it's gone. In that moment, like who did not mark out? Even if you watch the dub, was most of us did, where he has the Hope of Universe, all that crap in it. It's a really touching scene, and I think like it's a very memorable scene. I still think even if Dragon Ball did end at this point in the series, that it would still be memorable for that whole story, that full circle story, that it starts this way, and then when you rewatch it, you're like, wow, you get to see how it ends. You know how it ends already, and you get to watch it like in a new experience. I just think that would be really cool, because a legendary Super Saiyan was a legend, and not only was it a legend, but it stays a legend, because afterwards the only people who live are his family and friends to tell the tale of how he defeated Frieza as the legendary Super Saiyan. Plus, this lets Vegeta not, I don't know if I'd bring Vegeta back to life in this scenario. I probably wouldn't. I'd try to find some way to keep him dead, because I think that's a very emotional, like, pivotal moment in his character, and I feel like bringing him back to life kind of, if you don't add in the family man thing, all that, which we won't in this scenario because the series ends, it kind of kills his, like, that big moment he had as a character, where he became a good person. I agree. So, since we're not going to have him, this series go on, Vegeta dies in this place.
So Vegeta's redemption is basically his death in this scenario.
Exactly.
His small redemption. He would still go to hell.
Yeah.
He would never become truly a good guy. So.
Yeah. Which a lot of people I can see the people hate commenting me right now. Like, how dare you talk about Vegeta? He's the hero. He's the greatest person ever. But yes, in this story, Vegeta does die, and like you said, that's his redemption for all the bad things he's done. He's redeemed from death, but he's still a bad guy. But as the audience,
you wouldn't call it a redemption. You would basically just call it Vegeta is finally humanized.
Yeah, well, it's more of a redemption for the viewer, and not really in the lore, because the viewer sees that this guy was terrible. He almost destroyed Earth. He was a bad guy. But you see, you learn about the hurt and the reasons behind why he did what he did. And, the person behind all of it was much more vile than he was. And in this moment where he shows his humility, and at this point, the first time that he's ever shown the humility before it became a trope, it was very touching when he cries and all that. Like, and in this way, essentially, the only Saiyans you have left is Gohan. Like, nobody, like, the Saiyan pretty much dies out except for him, because Goku dies, Vegeta dies, and Earth just lives on in peace. No Jiro, no nothing. The end. I think that's a good one. Whatever.
I think that's a good. I think that's a very good ending. But I want to counter that with my second option. Okay,
Ooh.
So when I had when I wanted to have my second option. I had like two options. I'm just gonna get the fast one out of the way, the bad one.
Yeah.
This is not my option, but this is what I was
It's funny
contemplating
you
on,
say
which
that,
was
'cause my second option is gonna be a complete surprise. So go ahead.
okay. So my second option was just have Gohan finish off Super Buu because once again Gohan fanboy. But then I wanted to do
Very
something
nice.
that benefits the story.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see.
So when did Goku's character arc come full circle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not in the Frieza saga. It's 2 arcs before that. It's in the 23rd Budokai.
Ooh, very
When
controversial. Ooh.
So it's basically end the story before Z.
Yeah.
Because Dragon Ball,
That's
I
deep.
truly believe Dragon Ball is on its peak from the 21st Budokai until the Saiyan saga, and then it goes slump down. The Frieza saga is
From a
amazing. It's
storytelling
great.
event, from a storytelling way, I'd say Dragon Ball is perfect. Like the moment where he meets his like grandpa and all that, like it was beautiful. I agree. That
Yeah.
is like Dragon Ball. The up into I want to say the Cell saga is what things started to get a little bit rocky, and then after that, when you got into the Buu saga, it just went madhouse.
It went shit.
But I do agree.
But-
Go ahead though. That's like this. I like this.
Like what I want to say is like from 21st Budokai to the Saiyan saga, I think Dragon Ball is completely perfectly told, and then you have some inconsistencies starting in the Frieza saga.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay, but if you have the Saiyan saga, you basically need the Frieza saga. They need to exist together.
Yeah, you
So
can't
what I
have
wanted to
Raditz
think
without
about,
Frieza. That'd be stupid. Like Raditz comes the end. That's a weird way to end the series.
basically. So what I thought about is from 21st Budokai to the 23rd Budokai, you basically finally end the series in what Goku has been trying to do, what he has been striving for, and that is to become the strongest under the heavens,
Yeah.
and he does that by defeating Piccolo Jr. And he gets a rival in the end. He gets a wife, but his character, his goal is essentially is basically reached in this arc. The moment he rings out Piccolo Jr., his Goku's character arc has come full circle.
Yeah.
He has reached his ultimate goal. He is now the strongest fighter on Earth. And I think that this is like, I think this is the way you would have the best Dragon Ball story possible. In terms of storytelling.
Yeah.
I think this is when Dragon Ball is on top. It's on its peak, and you end it on its peak instead of waiting for it to slowly go down until it went to shit in the Buu saga.
I mean, I really like that because I mean, throughout the entire series of Dragon Ball, he was along with fighting other people, but the tournament was a big part of what Dragon Ball used to be, and
Yeah.
like he never won the tournament. He got close, but he never won until that last tournament where he not only won, but he fought like one of the greatest like villains in the entire series at that time in Piccolo.
In the best fight ever in Dragon Ball.
Yes, I love that fight.
I mean, we have had some amazing fights in Dragon Ball since Goku versus Frieza, Goku versus Vegeta. We have
Gohan
had
versus
the
Vegeta.
Goku.
I loved it.
Yeah, that was amazing. You have also had Goku versus Majin Vegeta, Goku and Trunks versus Black and Zamasu. That's an amazing choreographed fight.
It was really good. It was short, but it was definitely worth the time you get to watch it.
Yeah, but no fight in Dragon Ball has ever come close to the epicness that was Goku versus Piccolo Jr. in that Budokai.
Yeah.
Everything just came together so well because Goku in the 21st Budokai, he met Jackie Chun, was Master Roshi, lost. He met Tenshinhan, he lost, and
I'm just
he
gonna put an
basically both.
interruption real quick. Did Goku ever find out that Roshi was Jackie Chun? Is it like Manaka? Does he really still think that Jackie Chun was a different person? I don't think that he ever learns that it wasn't, unless he just figures it out and we don't know. But I feel like because only Tien really found out, quote unquote, even though I think it was really obvious, but nobody really knew who he was. Like Goku never found out, did he?
No, I don't think Yamcha was the only one who got close between Goku, Yamcha, and Krillin.
Yeah.
But even Yamcha got fooled in the end because of Nam.
Yeah.
So
I wonder
I don't
that.
know. He never found. At least never showed that he found out. But there is basically a Dragon Ball special, like a telecom special where you can, where the Dragon Ball characters. This is completely non-canon,
Is
by
this
the way.
one
But
where
Trunks comes.
like takes them throughout history or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that special, Goku knows it's Jackie Chan is Master Roshi.
Oh yeah, but yeah, like you said, I mean, non-canon is kind of a weird thing. But that was kind of a special. That was kind of like a little bonus, like, hey guys. But it would be funny if, like, one day in Super, Roshi just pulls out the Jackie Chun outfit, and Goku's like, "Oh, what's that? Like, why you have Jackie Chun's clothes?" And Roshi's like, "Goku, I was Jackie Chun." And Goku's like, "What? How long has this been going on?" It's like, that's how it's revealed. It's just he pulls out the outfit one day with Goku around, and Goku's like, "What?"
I bet even Krillin would have been surprised because he never found out either. And Yamcha would just be like, "I knew it. I fucking knew it."
He would just be all cocky like, "I knew it all along. I knew it was you." Just like it always reminds me in the Xenoverse game where at the end of the Cell song he's like, "Yes, I did it."
Anyways, what I wanted to say was that
I just want to end on what a dick, man. We're done. No. Actually, this last one is gonna surprise people, and I can already see the hate bubbling up in those two viewers' eyes.
By the way, let me just see what I wanted to say was like the reason. It's like, you see, when Goku met Jackie Chan, it was his master. He lost. He met Ten Shinhan. He lost, and then he meets King Piccolo, the biggest threat to the whole world, right? And he literally beats him, but King Piccolo like swears revenge. So it's like the biggest threat in the world in the one competition Goku has never won.
Yeah.
And he has also lost because of bullshit reason. I mean, he lost to Tien.
Yeah.
He lost to Tien because he got hit by a fucking car. Like, come on. Like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
So anyway, it was Goku's two biggest challenges in one, which is what made that arc so special. When that fight between Goku and Piccolo is so damn special. It's just perfect. That fight is literally perfect. I don't think there's any flaws with that fight at all.
Yeah, the feet Kamehameha is always really like popular with that fight.
Also, if people are frustrated with the blood in Super, you should watch that fight.
Oh god. Yeah, I mean, I recommend a lot of people go back and watch that fight right now. Go ahead and do it. So I guess I'll get on to my last one. I don't think this video's gone too long this time. So I thought about this, and there's many places I could go with it. Maybe Dragon Ball before all the crazy stuff, or maybe it ends with Pilaf. Just has like a little. This would have made it not memorable at all, but So I'm gonna go one a little bit left field. I'm gonna say at the end of the Zamasu arc, and no, I'm just kidding. It's not gonna be that, but I'm gonna go even weirder. I'm gonna say GT. That's right, I said it. Sound the alarms. I feel the hate already. Even the people who aren't watching this video heard that, and they're angry. They don't know why. Everybody's sneezing, they're coughing, and they're like, "Who? Why am I feeling this way?" Or somebody's just really angry and they ripped a phone book in half. So
basically, Super wouldn't happen.
Super does not exist. Oh man, that's right. Super does not exist in this series. I'm sorry.
Just wait a second. I just need to book a flight to slap you right now.
That's right. Now I want to preface it that we're both happy Super exists, because people are like, "This motherfucker, this fucking GT tard. What are you doing?" I'm gonna say GT. Okay, now GT was not perfect. I'll be the first to admit. However, I don't think that anybody could argue, even better than Z's ending, Dragon Ball GT had the best ending in the Dragon Ball series. Like, the way that Goku was just again, it's kind of like taking everybody's sins, just like what I believe you said in the first one with the Gohan. Is Goku taking on everybody's sins by leaving the Earth? Kind of similar in a way to the end of Cell when you think about it. And he goes with the dragon. He gets what he wants. He gets to go off and become stronger and, you know, become the all-powerful. There's a lot of theories going around. I like the fact that they like purposely made it inconspicuous to what was going on. Like, why did the balls go into Goku's body? Like, it's very weird, but it's supposed to be. And like the moment where he goes back to see Krillin, he goes back to see Piccolo, he sees all these people and he's like saying these final goodbyes to everybody, and then he just flies off on the dragon. And I'm just gonna like throw out, like, I don't really think that we should add in my little creation here the Goku Jr. special. That was bad. I did not like that.
Wait, I actually like that.
Liked it?
I'm like one of the few who actually likes it.
That is interesting.
I just don't see what's so much to hate about it. It's not special.
I don't like the.
There's not much tension to it, but I wouldn't even expect Goku Jr. to be that strong.
Yeah, I think what it is to me, I just don't like how whiny Goku Jr. is the whole time. It's really annoying. I mean, I see what they were doing with him and that big, what was his name, like Pug or something like that, the big fat guy who was a bully, and he became his friend. I see what they were doing, but Goku Jr. was way too whiny throughout that entire thing, and he doesn't really like ball up until near the end when he turns into a Super Saiyan, which makes no sense really when you think about the whole thing. Like how much Saiyan does he have to have in his body right now?
No, okay. I mean, like that's a discussion for a whole other day. But
we're tangenting. I'm not gonna do that. I just created a new word. That's how much we're doing.
There is a legitimate explanation as to why he could have achieved Super Saiyan that easy.
That's true. I mean, there could be. I mean, I don't know. The characters were okay. I just think I didn't like Goku. The part with Goku at the end where he showed up was kind of confusing, and then Pan's just magically okay. Like, did Goku come and give Pan a senzu bean? Did Gohan come to life and make a wish for Pan to get better off the Dragon Balls? Like, what happened? Why is Pan alive now? Like, I don't get it. Like, I like the fact that there's a world without Dragon Balls, because that's kind of like a big gripe about Dragon Ball. But
they came back in the end. I think that's what.
Back in the end, yeah. And Goku meets his grandson, but it's like he's a ghost, but he's an angel, but he has no halo. He's like not really there. Or Goku is just imagining Goku.
I don't
know. It's weird.
I think what happened is that Goku fused with Shenron. I don't know. He made a pact with the Dragon Ball or something.
Couldn't do the dance, man. I mean, he's too tall.
They used the Potara.
Oh god, so it was only for an hour then.
They used it over and over again. Shenron just renews it every time.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I mean, but yeah, I mean, it was really cool seeing Goku like disappear like that, like a shadow, and then like in the ending themes, like he kind of is like that still, you know, where he's just kind of. I think it's GT that has the one where he's walking and just like walking by.
Yeah, that's the Goku Jr. That I see. I think that's like one of the most beautiful scenes in all of Dragon Ball. Is see Pan watching Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr. and they're both go Super Saiyan. They have that.
Yeah.
They have that like the face fist. You know, when they both fist. You know, they both. They both have one fist in each.
I'm about to delete this whole video. This is all just gone pear-shaped.
Okay. No, okay.
They both have one fist in each other's faces. Okay. Condone the thing said from Raphael's mouth. All right.
I do not mean it in that way. I mean it. They literally had one fist in each other's face. You know, the Goku versus Frieza, the epic moment, Fashida. Yeah. And as that happens, you know, Pan just sees Goku on the stands, and she runs over to him, and then he's gone.
I also don't like how they made Pan. Oh my god, she's horrifying.
Ugh. Don't bring up nightmares. But anyways, and then you have the narrator just talking about how Goku what Goku has done, and then you have all the flashbacks
Yeah.
from Dragon Ball to Z to GT. That I don't care if you hate GT with a passion, but that scene when you didn't know Super existed,
Yeah.
that scene was powerful.
Yeah. I mean, what GT did is it filled a void that we didn't, we didn't have anything like Super at the time, and it was there to fill that need for more Dragon Ball. So, I mean, I just think the GT ending, trying to get the tangents to calm down a bit, because we've kind of gone off the rails. I'm going to add one here, screw it. What is up? Okay, so this just confirms that something's going on in Bulba's family where they have some kind of age rejuvenation thing. In the special, like, whoever the kid of Bra's kid, whatever, she was super young looking in that special. Like the ancestor to Bulma and Bra and all them. Like, she was super young looking. And, like, the future Bulma in Super is, like, she looks younger than she did in Z. Like, what are these people doing? You remember that first episode where she was talking about this weird, like, stuff she puts on her face? There has to be some kind of credence to this. Because she must be giving, I bet Goten and Trunks, like, snuck into her room and just bathed in the stuff. And Marin caught them and she bathed in it too, because like they're
She's
all too
younger.
young.
I mean, Marin looked like 3 or 4 in Z, and in Super she's like 2.
Yeah, she looks younger in Super. Like, they need to chill out. Like, she should be the age of Goten and Trunks should be teenagers by now. What is going on here?
I'm gonna be honest. I could like go on a rant, but I think it's basically just Yamamoto's art style, and because he's the character designer for Super, right?
Yeah, I just think it's funny.
And
man, this is going off the rails. We're doing so good on time, but I can't stop talking about this. But okay, so here's my issue. Akira Toriyama did not want to continue Dragon Ball unless he could make Goku older. That is a fact. So
yes,
here's my crazy fan theory. I think Akira Toriyama is older now, and he's afraid to draw older people because it reminds him of his own mortality, and he makes them younger because he wants them to be young like he wants to be young. No disrespect to Akira Toriyama, but he's completely gone the other way around. Like, I want them to be older, and they looked older in Z, and now it's like I want them to be younger because I'm a little old and I don't want to look at that. Like, that's how it feels.
I feel okay, but here's okay. I wonder who has the final. Okay, I think Toriyama has the final say in the character designs, but I know the character designer for Super is Yamamoto. Mm-hmm. He's basically the reason why Super's character, like why Krillin, is three times shorter.
Yeah.
Like in Z, he was on up to Goku's shoulder.
Vegeta's taller.
And Vegeta in the fucking guidebooks, Bulma is listed like an inch higher than Vegeta, but now Vegeta's a head taller than Bulma.
Probably
Gohan
just to make them fuse in GT, but I don't know. It's weird.
Gohan didn't have muscles.
Yeah.
Like for Gohan didn't have muscles for like the 3 first arc. No, 4 first arc. Gohan didn't have muscles.
Yeah.
Future Trunks didn't have muscles.
Even Goku and Vegeta kind of thin.
Yeah, I mean Yamamoto has gone to shit with his art style. Like fucking hell.
I mean, there has to be somebody up there saying that this is what they want, because Toyotaro he draws them looking young too, and this is the guy. Spoilers for people who don't know, who created AF. His little fan comic before he was working officially, and he had older looking people in AF.
I think
so somebody above has to be saying, no, we want them to be young. We gotta have them. They gotta connect with the hip new kids. They can't be old.
No, I solely believe that this is Yamamoto, because everything bad that has come out of Dragon Ball these past recent years has come from Yamamoto. I mean, God given, he was a fucking saint from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Like his art style, like the Buu saga, as shit as it is the most beautiful looking Dragon Ball or ever, and all those character designs are from Yamamuro. But after that age, Yamamuro started recycling his work. His character design doesn't look good. Like if you go to Dragon Ball Kai's, what's it called? You know when you have commercial breaks and you have these pictures.
I know what you're talking about. Those little cards.
I catch it.
Yeah.
They're drawn like shit.
Yeah.
The,
I mean,
the character.
maybe Yamamuro is afraid of his own mortality as well, and he wants everybody to be young to remind himself that he's not old. I don't know. It's just, I think we can talk about this for a whole nother video, but I think we should also stop because this is getting way too long. So.
I just want to say I just know Yamamuro is the character designer for Super, and I also know that Toriyama wanted to make Kid Trunks' hairs blue. Kid Trunks, not Future Trunks. The concept art for Battle of Gods has Kid Trunks with blue hair, but somebody at Toei must have changed it purple. And the only guy I know, I might be completely wrong, this is complete speculation, but the only guy I know who has that much respect and that much power is Yamamuro.
Yeah, I would, that sounds about right. And honestly, I think the whole reason Trunks, the future Trunks, when he came back, his hair was blue, was for merchandise. That's how I feel. Same reason Goku and Vegeta, for merchandise. Like, they want to sell figures, they want to sell content, they want to sell stuff with a blue-haired Trunks. Because he's not purple hair, he's different.
Yeah.
I think a lot of stuff, like Goku and Vegeta not wearing their gis anymore. They're new clothes, their ROF clothes. It's for merchandise.
Yeah, that's completely merchandise. Yeah,
but I think we could probably talk about that whole merchandise in a whole other video. To be honest, that's a video right there.
As Masuka X would have said, marketing.
Exactly, that's right. So, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, we're talking about when the series should have ended. That's right. That's what this video is about. Whoopsie. So yeah, I think GT was a really good ending, despite the fact that GT wasn't perfect. It had good ideas, but in this scenario, yes, you have to relive GT. I apologize, but at least you don't have to endure the Patafu arc, so it all works out.
GT is bad, to be honest. We could go into that in a whole other video, but GT really isn't bad.
Because I actually have an idea for a video. Spoilers for everybody in the future, those two listeners, get excited. I actually have an idea about me and you doing a video about the Patafu arc that could be somewhat interesting. So we won't talk about that right here. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Right? I'm have to, the crappiest part is I'm gonna have to rewatch this because I don't remember much. And it's frightening. I don't want to do it, but I'll do it for the views, man. I'll do it for the views. But I think GT just had a great ending, and even people who hate GT will say that the ending is amazing. Like, a lot of people don't like what GT was, and they don't like what GT gave us. And with Super GT, I don't care what anybody says, the entire Shadow Dragon story is ruined with GT. Like, the entire series of GT is ruined with Super. You cannot connect the two. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you made everybody forget things, at this point, they've used the Dragon Balls so much that the story of the dragons in GT don't make sense anymore. Because that was around specific wishes.
Not only that, but Goku in his base is as strong as Super Saiyan 4 Goku, just saying, according to the guidebooks.
Which would make Rildo super powerful, which I don't believe. Because, yeah. So, and Oob would be freaking godly at this if you followed Super's logic. So, no, I don't think GT can. I don't like using the word canon because in Dragon Ball, with the world, we live in a world with Dragon Ball heroes.
Okay,
nothing.
We can use Toriyama's statement. Toriyama's basically stated, if you want, you can I can link you to the interview and you can have it in the description of the video. Yeah. But Toriyama's basically stated essentially that GT is a what if. It's a what if scenario.
It's a nice, I like buying that because honestly, it's like one of those things. Even though I would say this goes against this goes against Dragon Ball's string theory thing. The whole Zamasu arc broke that, so who even cares about that? But I like the fact that if things went this way, if Goku never was, realized by Beerus, this is how things would go. And I know it's not perfect, and if you look hard enough at it, there's plot holes in that, as there is in everything Dragon Ball related. I still say that I like that explanation. I think that's good enough for me. I mean, GT is a fun little, if this didn't happen, if Super did not happen, GT would be what happens, and I'm okay with that. I'm totally fine. I mean, GT, some people love it, some people hate it, some people started with GT. We can't forget that. There are those people who found GT first. It happens. A lot of us started with Z and went to Dragon Ball. Not a lot of people started with Dragon Ball. It was,
I started with
yeah. I mean, well, yeah, Dragon Ball in the manga, it doesn't really have a Z, so... But I mean, I think GT was just...
That's so rare.
GT, I guess with GT, though, the thing is, everything happened. So it's kind of like the original... This scenario is kind of just taking it way back into, like, when GT finished and Super wasn't even a thing. Resurrection of F wasn't a thing. Like, this just brings everything back, and it never came back in this story I've made, which is horrible, I know. But... I think GT would have been a pretty good ending too. I still think that the one I said first would be tops, not, to knock my second choice. But GT, I think, is an awesome series in the way that it ended. I don't love the series as much as I'd like to say I do. I like certain aspects of it. I think the thing about GT is it created a lot of cool ideas that were not executed right. Even Baby, a great idea for a villain, he turned into a generic Dragon Ball villain out of nowhere. Just because that's Dragon Ball, that's how villains work. Thank God for Zamasu, he changed that. So, that's the video, I think. You got anything to add, Raph?
I just want to say, let's be completely honest for a second and just say that GT's biggest flaw is that it didn't live up to the hype of Z.
True. I mean, it filled in for Z pretty much. Like, when it was over, what did you do? You went to GT.
I mean, GT is not a perfect series by any means, but most of it is better than most of it is better than the Buu arc.
Yeah, I mean,
I stand by that statement. Like,
GT
the
gets
only
a lot
thing...
better. I will interrupt you real quick. GT gets a lot better after the initial "we're trying to be Dragon Ball" thing ends.
Oh.
Like, after that, it's actually very... You can handle it. I mean, it's good. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not perfect, but it's good. And the ending was perfect. I don't care what anybody says. Whoever wrote the ending, I have to give them props, because that ending was amazing. Even to this day, with Super in our lives and all that, I still can watch that ending and get a little bit of a chill just watching it, because it brings back all those memories of what you remember in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and it just brings it all to the surface, and it really does feel like a finale. And Dragon Ball Z didn't feel like a finale in its ending. It just felt kind of random. So, yeah, I think GT was a very good series to end on in that scenario. But I want to also throw in, I'm going to say this a lot. I know you're probably going to like, why is he saying this again? But people are going to get pissed. So I want to add and throw this back in that we are not saying that we are unhappy with this current state of Dragon Ball as it stands now. I love the series. This guy loves the series. We play games based around the series. We're freaking talking about it, for God's sake. So
we dropped too much money on one of the games.
Don't even. I'm gonna drop more money on one of those games coming up. But I mean, we love Dragon Ball. I love Super. I'm a huge fan of Tournament of Power. He is too. Before he watched spoilers, but I'll try to keep my reviews spoiler free.
Why you bring that?
The people need to know, Raph. The people need to know, so that they are not in the situation. You have to be the martyr that I refuse to be with Black. Okay, somebody has to do it.
I was just casually scrolling down and I wasn't even trying. I wasn't even focusing on what I was scrolling on. It wasn't even a leak. It was just somebody just writing it out. I was like, "What the fuck did I just read?" And then I just like completely then I just completely exit, right? And then I just go to YouTube. The first thing I see on YouTube is like,
Don't you say
is
it. I will
Geekdom.
cut you out of this video so fast.
No, but the first thing I see is Geekdom's video,
Oh.
Dragon Ball Super spoilers, and I was like, fuck. No.
Why did you watch it?
No, I did not watch it. I was like, I read the statement. Now I read the spoiler. You know, completely accidentally. Just, I wasn't paying attention to what I was reading, and it just popped up. I was like, no, what the fuck did I read? And I just completely exited because I didn't want to read anymore.
Yeah.
I went into even though I read it finished, I read the biggest part, and I went to YouTube, and the first thing I see is that new spoilers have officially been leaked.
Oh, yeah.
So I knew what I read was real, and I was like, oh fucking hell.
Yeah, I mean, Geekdom, sometimes his video thumbnails are a little bit too obvious to what it is, and I don't like that. But
this time it wasn't that obvious.
that's good. I mean, I'm not to talk crap about Geekdom or anybody else, but you know, I mean, sometimes I do see thumbnails. I mean, nobody's as bad as Double for Anime and fucking Forever. Like, Goku dies, Gohan turns into Super Saiyan, God Super Saiyan Blue, like, you know, stuff like that. I mean, he's blatantly lies. Gosh, I can never do a collab with them anymore now that I made this video. Whoops. Oh, I don't care. But yeah, don't be like him. So I know you're gonna do it because you've been whoring the lounge out a lot today. So go ahead and whore out the lounge, Raph.
Yes.
I'm an admin there too, by the way, but I don't do shit. I still love the place. Go ahead.
Okay, so if you guys love the money-hungry game, the one that literally drains Nanogenix's wallet in a hunt for LR.
Tell us, Raph, why should they be excited about this mysterious game you're talking about? It's Ore Collection, right?
It's okay. So it has the most boring fucking gameplay, and you can get Dragon Ball characters.
You can start talking about Dokkan now. You don't have to keep talking about Ore Collection. Why should they be excited? What's coming up? I'm setting you up here. Come on.
Okay. 2 days. We're 2 days for the second.
Video's out, by the way, but go ahead.
Okay. As of filming this video, we are 2 days.
7/6.
I think we're less.
2017.
Yeah.
Now I'm just interrupting you to be a dick.
I think we're less than 48 hours away from the fucked Super Saiyan 4's release in global. And it's going to be a day with a lot of tears.
Yeah, I already see my wallet crying as I...
A lot of empty wallets. New summonable LRs are coming. And Nano is probably not watching this video, but you're not going to get them.
If Nano's watching this video, that's awesome. And I want to do a collab if I can ever record my screen. That'd be freaking sweet. He's probably not,
I mean, if Nano ever gets an LR,
he has Broly.
If Nano gets an LR, if Nano gets LR Gohan in his next summonable video, I'll baba one of my god leads.
Oh my! Tell him about
only the next one, not forever.
Okay. Tell him about Global's big decision. I'm just shilling out Dokkan Battle right now for no reason. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, fucking hell. Global gets to choose the next LR, or apparently to what the in-game data says.
Yeah.
That's or the in-game news says. That's fucking awesome. Like we legitimately get to choose an LR. Let me see if I can actually read up the official news.
While you're doing that, now we don't actually know if we're going to be choosing a brand new LR or if we're going to be taking one from Japan. It could be the other one. I don't know. If it is the first one I said, it's probably going to be like a list of cards we can choose from. But it is exciting to know that Global is telling us, hey, make this decision. This is a big decision. This is a bigger decision than Japan got to do. And I love this. I've been wanting voting in DragonBallZ Dokkan Battle for a long time for us Globalistas. And now it's finally happening. It's really good. And why are we talking about this right now in a freaking video that has nothing to do about it? You know what? I can't keep going. This has to be the end. This is gonna get too long, and I'm not gonna be listening and editing this all night. But you know what? Might be a cool idea. I might talk to you about this after the video. I'll talk to you about it as a video. I won't say it here. Anyway, that's been the video. Just remember to praise me, revere me. Don't worry about him. And then, if you go, make sure to venerate me by hitting that bell on my channel so that my divine presence can be known throughout the YouTube land, and I can do things and make money.
Oh, by the way, just remember, if you like Dokkan, support DragonBallZ, Dokkan Battle Gaming Lounge. Best small
group.
Community out there.
I won't promote OG this time because Brian's not here, and that would be unfair. But maybe another time. Thank you for viewing the video. Now check out these. I don't know. Check out the last thing. I don't know. Go away. We're done. Get out of here, Ningen.